got out tonight. I'm going to support my good friend Glen Sapp for sheriff here. You know, when I came in and I looked around the room and I seen some new people to Charlotte County here. I've seen people that's been here almost as long as I've been. George Davis over here, and you know, a lot of friends of mine has been here for 50 years. Like what's that been? But it's a great crowd, and you can sure see the local support for Glen here. And Chris kind of handed me this mic and asked me to introduce him since no one knows Chris Evans. And I've never shied away from a mic, but I just want to tell everybody that I'm very, very proud that Glen is running for sheriff, and I'm very proud to be supporting him. This is a man of integrity. This is a man of honesty. This is a guy who truly cares about Charlotte County, about the citizens, and you know, I've known Glen probably for, well, let's put it this way here. When I was 16, he gave my first speech. And that was 39 years ago. Yeah, right. And, no, it was, truthfully. It was 39 years ago. And so I met Glen kind of quickly one day on 776 going to Englewood. But Glen has been in law enforcement for many years. He likes to tell everybody he's been in law enforcement for 20 years because he doesn't like to tell everybody how old he is. But Glen has been doing every phase of law enforcement there is, from state trooper to sheriff's department to all over the United States and all over the world. So Glen really knows his job, he knows what he's doing, but most of all, Glen is just a really good human being, a good citizen of Charlotte County, and I really appreciate Glen's friendship. Right now, I want to introduce one of my best friends, my business partner, and a guy I think a whole lot of, Chris Evans.
Thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your busy schedules, away from your families, if you have your babysitters, or bringing your families here. But thank you for participating in this event for Glen. I think we mailed this invite out in a second, so to have this kind of turnout here says a lot about y'all's opinion about Glen and your common vision for the goal of the Sheriff's Department. The folks that are assembled here today are a unique group of people. We have a lot of personal relationships as well as professional relationships, but more personal than professional. And that's a big part of the Glen's vision for the Sheriff's Department, is returning the protect and serve model, focusing on service and really building those community relationships that a lot of people believe that we've gotten away from. When you look at Glen's credentials, his qualifications, I know for me personally, we feel very, very fortunate to have a man of his caliber running for the office of Sheriff of Charlotte County. So we're very excited about that. We've made a lot of progress. For those of you who want to be proactive in the campaign, we obviously would never ask anyone to do anything they would want to volunteer for. But if you do want to be proactive, just kind of sit back and say, well, I want to support Glen. How can I best support Glen? And come to us and say, you know, it's not always about money. Sometimes there might be, you know, you might have a house in a great location, or know a lot of really good people, or be affiliated with a strong church group or a civic organization that Glen can come and speak to. He doesn't even speak about the sheriff's race. He can speak about his 3.5 years he spent overseas in Pakistan and Jordan, Kosovo. It's a really interesting story. It's very educational, and with that being said, we have worked hard to build a grassroots campaign. Glen started before the new year, meeting people, doing some meetings in homes. And we've covered a lot of ground, and we've been very successful with the strategy that Glen laid out since he made the decision to run. And as we continue to brand Glen and brand his image, now we need y'all's support. We need you guys to spread the word about who Glen Sapp is as a person, like Bruce said, as a human being, and his mission and vision for the Sheriff's Department. It is pretty simple. I just want to thank everybody for coming, and it really is, it warms our heart to see everybody here support Glen and his efforts and his vision for the Sheriff's Department. So with that being said, Glen Sapp, everybody.
Thank you very much. I just want to say that I really appreciate the lot of everybody showing up tonight. It makes me feel really good. And I think Chris hit on a key word there. No one person can do this by themselves. It's a we effort, and it's a team effort. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about the sheriff's department. Somebody said, well, why do you want to go back into the sheriff's department? And I said, well, that's a good question. But the thing is, we need a change. We need new leadership at the top. And I think that's important. I think it's important that we return service to the citizens of Charlotte County. And that's not saying that the current sheriff's doing a bad job. It's just saying that we have different ideologies about law enforcement. And mine is one about service and protecting the citizens of Charlotte County. When we get stopped by a deputy, he should be courteous. And he should treat the citizens with respect that they deserve. And so those are some of the key issues that we're wanting to instill into the men and women at the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department. And I think it's going to take new leadership to do that. And I can refer back to my experiences and overseas and here locally. I've been served as sheriff before. And so I know what it takes to mold an organization. I know about teamwork. When I was in Special Forces, it was teamwork. Right, Ron? It was teamwork all the way. And you had to do your job. And you had to function as part of a team. And I look at everyone out here tonight. This is a team. This is the beginning of a team. This is the beginning of a movement that we want to move forward and bring Charlotte County Sheriff's Department into a new era of leadership. And there's going to be challenges for the future. And I feel like I'll be able to use my experience, my education, to be able to provide the direction that the Charlotte County Sheriff needs to go in. We talk about transparency of budget. You, as a taxpayers, you need to know where your money is being spent. And you can't do that with a 15-page summary that gets submitted to the county commissioners. We want to be transparent about where that goes. They need 1,000 pages to tell us where we're spending almost $57 million. And so we want to be a service provider. We look at you and say, you are the stakeholders in the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department. And the only way that we can change what's going on is change the direction and demand and set the standards for what we want for the people that are serving you as your Sheriff Department representative. So I ask you to look at what's going on, look at my qualifications. I want to earn your vote. I don't want you to just say, well, someone invited me, and so I'm going to vote for it. I want you to seriously look at all the qualifications of the candidates, and I would like to solicit your vote, earn your vote, because of what I've done in the past and what I plan on doing in the future. The mission of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department is to protect and serve. That's the greatest thing that we expect from our county. We want our federal government to do what? We want them to protect us from invading armies. You need the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department to do what? Protect us from the criminal element. And we need to have a team effort there. It shouldn't be the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department versus the citizens. It should be we as a team, Charlotte County Sheriff's Department and the community, working together and develop partnerships so that we'll be able to provide the level of law enforcement services that you should expect. We're looking at setting up Citizens Advisory Board for the budget because we think it's important, I do, to bring the citizens into the functionings of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department. There's nothing to hide out there, guys. It should be open to everybody. And when we get citizen input, then we'll know where our dollars are going. We'll know that the advisory board has said, hey, this is some of the programs that we can live with. This is some of the programs that we want to accomplish. So with that said, I don't want to bore you with any details of all of my past experiences. We've got some brochures sitting around, but certainly I'm available for questions. When you leave here tonight, if you've got a question, please don't leave until you corner me up somewhere and get an answer to that question. Because I want you to know when you walk out the door that you would like to cast your vote for Glen Sapp for Sheriff of Charlotte County. And once again, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate the team that we put together and all the hard work that they've done. All those folks that signed petitions and worked hard to get that done. We say thank you from the bottom of our heart. It's been great. And tonight is just so encouraging when we get a group of people together like this. So thank you all very much. God bless you. And please, if you have questions, corner me up. Thank you, Bruce.
Like Glen Glen said, you know, if you have any questions, Glen's available here. This is the best time to catch him. Come up and ask him, talk to him about him. I think you'll be satisfied when you talk with Glen. And before we put this mic, I just wanted to thank some people who came out tonight. Our former police and chief of police, Chuck Reinhardt's here tonight with us. Thank you, Chuck. We've got former Mayor of Fundraiser, Rufus Laishley. We got Kevin DeVry running for supervisor election. Where you at, Kevin? Back here. Paul Polk running for property appraiser over here. Paul Andrews running for airport authority. Where'd you go, Paul? Right over here. Sometimes I try to make a little. Who am I missing, Glenn? Oh, Marilyn Smith, city council person and PRA member. Marilyn, thank you so much for everything you do for the city of Punta Gorda.
I'd like to say one thing, Glen, if I may.
Please.
People who know me over the years, I do a lot of research when it comes to election time. I research all the candidates. I've been known as a person who does their homework for many years. So I did my homework about Glen and the other candidates for sheriff. And it dawned on me how many people consciously have made up their minds a job description of what you want in a sheriff, what the county needs as a sheriff. If you take that thought with you and look at his website and the websites of all of the other candidates that are competing for this position, far and away this man is head and shoulders as far as qualifications and his concepts and his priorities. So my thought that I leave with you, Glen Sapp, when you care enough to elect the very best.
And Marilyn, you know, you always go out and thank everybody and give people praise. And my partner Ron Evans and Chris Evans want to thank you, because when a couple former CRA, CRA members of the city council didn't think this was a good idea to build Laishley Crab House in Laishley Park, you were the one who stood up and changed the tide and got us the votes necessary to build this building here. And we're so proud of you. We're so proud to have this building here for the citizens of Punta Gorda. There were a couple of CRA members who thought it was a bad idea to have this building down here, but we wholly disagreed with them, and it was a battle for Chris, and we appreciate Marilyn's support on that. We want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Don't run off. You know, get here and meet Glen and hang out for a while. Thank you so much.
There is food out there, guys. It's not an open bar this evening, given the race that we're... But there's plenty of soda, water, and tea back there if you guys get thirsty.